If you are a senior on Social Security or disability benefits, there is a new rule that is going to start in 15 days that is going to permanently change the Social Security program. And here's the thing, there are two actions that you have to take in order to avoid your Social Security or disability check being stopped. President Trump issued an executive order that instructed the Social Security Administration to make a permanent change to the program that is going to go in effect in just 2 weeks. And those affected have two actions that they are required to take in order to avoid a delay in their benefits. I am here to explain those actions to you, but most importantly, I got my hands on a memo that the Social Security Administration sent to their own employees explaining this change to them, because this is something that they have to implement very quickly. And so they sent a memo to their employees explaining what they have to do before September the 30th. And I'm here to walk you through that memo and help you understand what you have to do in order to prepare for this important change. My name is Kwame Kwade. I am a government benefit expert. For 15 years, I've been helping seniors get the retirement benefits they deserve. I create content on Social Security, disability benefits, food stamps, Medicare, Medicaid, and other personal finance issues that affect seniors. Now, if you are new to my channel, welcome. I am really happy you're here. Do me a quick favor, go into the comment section and let me know your city and your state. Now, if you've been watching my channel for a while, welcome back. I am glad you're here. There is a lot to cover. Let me share my screen and then I'll walk you through the memo that the Social Security Administration sent to their employees to explain this new change. I am going to read it and then explain what it means in plain language. So let's look at that. It says it was sent on September the 10th. Today is September the 13th. So this is fresh off the press and it's instructing the Social Security employees on how to handle this new change that is going to affect millions of seniors. So here we go. It says effective September the 30th, in accordance with executive order. Let me make sure that you guys can see that. Yes, you can. In accordance with the executive order 14247, which is called the Modernizing Payments to and from America's Bank Account. This is the title of the executive order that President Trump issued. Federal benefit payments will primarily be issued electronically, with paper checks being phased out in most cases. To prevent any disruptions in payments, we are reaching out to beneficiaries who currently receive paper checks and encouraging them to switch to electronic payment before the deadline. And so, additionally, we are no longer offering temporary check options when processing initial payments. So, what does this mean? Well, so President Trump issued an executive order saying that all benefits payment, all federal benefit payments have to be done electronically. And so the Social Security Administration just had essentially 2 months or 3 months, actually 2.5 months to make this happen, to make changes to their system, to prepare for this change. And so the first thing they did was send letters to people who are affected. So you should have received a letter, or if you know somebody that is getting Social Security by mail, they should have received a letter. If they didn't, you need to forward this video to them, because I'm going to explain the two actions that they have to take right now in order to avoid their checks being stopped, because your paper check is no longer going to be mailed. In addition, if you're applying for Social Security, you are not going to get a temporary option to get paper checks anymore until you sign up for a bank account. That option is going away. So let's read some more. Additionally, we are no longer offering a temporary check option when processing initial claims. Beneficiaries who request an exemption from the electronic payment requirement must file a waiver with the U.S. Treasury Department at 1-800-967-5042. So this is another big change that is happening. Instead of, having people who cannot get access to a bank account. Yes, there are people who, for some reason, cannot get access to a bank account. So those people usually want a waiver. They want to be exempted from having to do electronic payment. And so traditionally, those people can go and apply for a waiver through the Social Security Administration. Now that option has been taken away because the president wants all electronic payments for federal benefit payments that go out on a monthly basis, including Social Security and disability benefits. And so, to meet that request, they have made it very hard for you to get an exemption. If you need an exemption, you have to go through the Treasury Department. And so now you can't just walk into a Social Security office and request exemption. You have to call 1-800-967-5042, and they are not issuing those exemptions lightly. You have to go through a whole process to justify why you need to be exempted from the president's directive on Social Security beneficiaries getting their payments electronically. So that is the first thing that you need to know, that electronic benefit payments are now being required for all Social Security beneficiaries. And then it goes on to say, electronic payments offer significant advantages over paper checks, including faster access to funds, increased security, and greater convenience. Payments are deposited directly into a bank account or onto a prepaid card, eliminating the need to wait for mail delivery or to visit a bank. One of the reasons the government is doing is that it costs 55 cents to send a paper check every month. So the government is paying millions of dollars doing that because there are millions of people collecting paper checks, and it costs only 15 cents to send electronic wire. So clearly, the government wants to save money. The president is about minimizing or avoiding waste, fraud, and abuse. And this may be categorized as waste because electronic payment is cheaper. And so the president makes this directive. And usually, the Social Security Administration, when they make a change, they usually give themselves about a year to implement the change. This one was about 2.5 months. And so that's why a lot of seniors are not aware that this is happening, and they may be in for a surprise because their Social Security check may not come in, and they may be wondering, why is my check not coming in the mail? Well, you haven't taken the 2 steps that are required in order to avoid that fate. So let's talk about that. So let me read some more. It says, there are 2 easy ways to receive federal benefit payments electronically. The first one is direct deposit to a checking or savings account. So they're saying that old age survivors and disability insurance, which is how they call traditional Social Security, beneficiaries can use it to sign up for it online through the Social Security website, or they can call 1-800-772-1213 for assistance if you are international or you are on SSI. The other option is to get what they call a direct express debit card. The direct express debit card is the other option if you are trying to get federal benefit payments electronically. I'm going to explain what the direct express debit card is because it is another way by which you can get your federal benefit payments electronic. So let me stop sharing my screen and then I will show you the direct express website, because the direct express card, it is a federal government card that the government understands that not everybody can get a bank account, not everybody can be able to get a savings or checking account with their local bank or credit union. And so they created a prepaid debit card that allows you to receive your federal benefit payments electronically. So in order to sign up for that, you need to call 1-800-333-1795 or visit Direct Express website, which is usdirectexpress.com. Now, this is pretty serious information because here's what they're saying. Please share this information, and I'm going to go back to the Social Security website in order to explain why you need to take action now to avoid your benefits being disrupted. So let's read the last part of that memo. So the memo at the bottom is saying, and I'm going to highlight that section so that you can see what I'm talking about. It says that please share this information with your clients and encourage those preparing for initial claims to set up bank accounts for direct deposit. This will ensure beneficiaries receive their benefits securely without interruption. So that is how I started this video. And this particular memo was sent to Social Security advocates, people who work with Social Security beneficiaries, and it was just sent a few days ago. So they are trying to get this rolling. And the key thing here is that if you want to avoid disruption, interruption to your benefits, you are required to jump and take this seriously, and make sure that you are signing up either for a bank account and then calling the number and asking the Social Security Administration to switch your check into a direct deposit or into a direct express card. Now, if you don't think this is serious, let's look at what the Social Security Administration is sending out in terms of an insert. So I told you that they're going to mail you something if you are on direct deposit. Well, let's look at what was sent out so that you can see the seriousness of how they are taking this and why people who want to avoid delay need to take action. It says, don't risk. Yes, you can see it. It says, don't risk theft, loss, or delay. Go electronic. To protect against rising mail theft and financial fraud, the federal government will stop sending paper checks after September the 30th, except in limited cases. Switch to direct deposit and enjoy faster access, safe delivery, peace of mind. Set up direct deposit at godirect.gov or call 1 800 967 86857. It is the fastest, safest way to receive your payment. And it says, act now to avoid payment delays. So guys, that's what I wanted to do with this video, because I want to help you avoid payment delays with your Social Security. Now, before we move on to the next thing, let's talk about Medicare real quick, because I have some news about Medicare. We are about to enter open enrollment season, and I want to make sure that you understand the importance of working with our partner, Chapter Medicare, to figure out your Medicare needs. And I'm going to explain why. So, when it comes to Medicare, what a lot of people don't realize is that what my mission is to make sure that you get peace of mind. Why is peace of mind in Medicare important? Well, the thing is that, a lot of seniors do not realize that there are 20,000 Medicare plans out there. And out of that 20,000, 24,000, you are supposed to choose what plan works for you, what plan fits your needs. And a lot of seniors do not understand the program well, or do not have the time to comb through to find the local plan that is best for them. And so what happens? They end up being dropped from plans. So you get news like this where a lot of providers are dropping people from plans that they originally thought they had, and then there's nothing worse than needing medical care and realizing that your medical provider or your Medicare provider has dropped you from the plan, or the doctor network that you need is dropped from the plan. And so that is not necessarily, that's something that's going to cost you your health or affect you, but also cost you money. The average senior spends $300,000 on medical care through Medicare in their lifetime. So getting the wrong plan, like 90% of all seniors are currently, is a problem. And so I want to help you get peace of mind about Medicare with an advisor that is unbiased. They are not here to sell you anything. Their only mission is to help you get the best Medicare plan possible. And guess what? 2,000 of our viewers like you have already reached out to Chapter, the number you see on the screen, and have gotten help or filled out the form. I'm going to put the form in the comments and in the description. They filled out the form, and Chapter has called them and helped them get onto the right Medicare plan. So when you call Chapter, what are they going to do for you like they did for the 2,000 other people that called? Well, they are going to look at your current Medicare plan. And if you're in the right plan, they will tell you. And if you're not, they will go through plans that are in your local area, because a lot of Medicare plans, including Advantage plans, are location based. So how do you know what are the best plans in your area that you have or are eligible for? They have access to all 24,000 plans. They can tell you. And so they will view your local area and find the best plan for you that fits your need, fits your budget, and fits the coverage that you're looking for. Coming into open enrollment, there is nothing more important than doing this now. So I would encourage you to fill out the form. There is no cost to you. There is no, no, the downside to you right now is finding out later that you are in the wrong plan. And so they will check your plan to make sure that you are in the right plan. If you're not, they will give you the options and then you have the decision to choose a better plan. These guys are waiting for your call. These are the guys you'll be talking to, some of them that I pulled from their website, and they can help you save $1,100 a year. They are A plus rated with the Better Business Bureau, 5-star reviews all over the place from people that have called based on my recommendation, and I've been very happy with working with Chapter. So do not delay. Call them now, 539-205-2147, or you can go to the website askchapter.org/insider. I am going to put their link in the comments below. Lastly, guys, I have been sharing this exciting news all month, and I want to make sure that you also are aware that we have launched a community for seniors. It is called the School Community. So why will we do this? Well, a lot of you have asked us that you want to go to a place where we can have deeper interaction, we can cover topics that are important to you, and that you can ask questions and have answers from me and my team directly. And so that's exactly what we did. We created a community for seniors age 55 plus that allows you to maximize your retirement. And it's to help you have a worry-free retirement. And it's on the school platform. And we're going to help you unlock every dollar, every discount, every advantage that you deserve. Now, a lot of you are like, you want to see it to believe it. And so I'm going to take you inside the school community so that you can see what it looks like. One of the perks that you get is that every guide that we release, every paid guide that I release is going to be available to you for free if you're a member of this community. And these are some of the guides we've already put in that community, tons of them that you don't want to miss. And then I have weekly videos that I do that helps you maximize your Social Security, monthly money saving tips, step-by-step guides and resources to help you, live Q&A, and a supportive, friendly community that is help you thrive. The big part of it is that this is to help you get every benefit you deserve, every discount, every advantage that you as a senior have worked hard to earn and that you should be tapping into. So if this is of interest to you, go to school.com/benefits insider, and I'm going to give you a sneak peek of what it looks like to be part of this community. So let me share with you. This is what the inside of the program looks like. If it's going to show up on the screen, let me see. Yes, there we go. So that's what the inside of the school community looks like. You can see that people have joined. They're already, you can see the leaderboard the last 30 days. Somebody has made 19 posts already. Somebody has made 16 posts. We're tracking all that. And I'm just posting content that you're not seeing here on YouTube because there's so much I want to cover with you that I don't get time to post here on YouTube or to cover in a video. And I'm going in there and talking about it. So you can see at the top, I have an article, more perks for Benefit Insider members, exciting plans for September. And it's talking about COLA. Why is Social Security COLA so low for 2026? So I get to go deeper on topics that I've been talking about here. Here's another peek of a guide that I released recently for that community. So I released a guide. A lot of seniors have been talking about wanting to find out how they can make extra money, an extra $500 to $1,000 a month. Well, I created a whole guide, um, you know, a 15-page guide just walking you through how you can find employment, a side hustle, part-time jobs that are specific for seniors, where to apply, how to go about applying, and the best way to apply so that you can be successful. And that is a free guide for members as part of this community. And I'm releasing more guides on topics that are of interest to seniors, especially those who want to have a worry-free retirement. So if this is of interest to you, go to the website school.com/benefits insider. I'm going to post it in the comments. I'm going to pin it, and I'm also going to add it to the description to this video, because I want to make sure that you are getting the best out of your retirement, and I want to be there to help you do that. So if you like what you heard, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you guys tomorrow on another video. Thank you for joining me this Saturday afternoon.